Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about everything that came out the day before in Dante Unbound. And so we're going to start with basically here in our orbiter. Once you start up the game at post update, you'll get a message from Drusus in your inbox. I believe that's how you say his name. It'll say, Tenno, please, the Laverian desperately needs your help. Come see me in Dante's Laverian as soon as possible. It'll play this message, and then you can go to the Laverian and find out the situation. I won't play it for you all here, as I want you all to experience it for yourself. And then after that, you'll get a message from Lloyd. Tenno, I have only just now learned of my old friend Drusus's Laverian's predicament. I believe I can help you help him. Albric's old conduit networks has everything Drusus will need. Access the conduits in the Armatus node of Deimos or through the Sanctum Anatomica. Come see me afterward. I may even be able to help you recover his trusted colleague, the Warframe Dante, Lloyd. So before we get into what was added in the Sanctum Anatomica, I want to talk to you all about what happened with the streams I promised this week. So Wednesday, I had to cancel it because I had prior arrangements with a friend, and I have a terrible memory. So I forgot, so I canceled it that day, and I know I promised you all a stream Thursday, right? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. But I woke up sore, and I usually like streaming around like 3:30, 2:30, but like I woke up late, and I ate, and then I was just like, I don't feel like streaming today. So I promise I will stream today, but it will be later as I'm going out with family. We're gonna go eat, so it'll probably be around like 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish. So I hope you all can be there, and I promise I will do it. I'm usually better about it if I post it, because that's me putting it out there like, okay, yeah, this is the cemented time, we're gonna do it. So I promise I will be streaming around like 5:30, 6 o'clock, maybe even sooner. Depends on when I get done and get back here. So anyway, we're gonna come into the orbiter, and so I'm pretty sure you all know those Archon shards you get once you complete the new war. I don't know what to say, the war within. So we have our Crimson Archons, our Amber, Azure, Emerald, Topaz, and Violet. So I'm pretty sure you all, along with me, complained like how difficult it was to get these Tau Forged Archon shards from whether it was the Archon hunts or the Netracells. So they added this thing called Ascent Fusion. I did it earlier to try it out just to make sure it worked the way it did. So you can take 3 of these shards and make a Tau Forge. So I take 3 Ambers. I can make a Tau Forged Amber Archon shard. I can do the same thing with these, the blues, and even these when you make them, like when you use Coalescent Fusion, you put in yellow and blue. If you have 3 Emerald Archon shards, you'll be able to make a Tau Forged Emerald Archon shard. And let me just do it so for those of you who want to see it. So you go take these, fuse, and uses the Stella that you get from the Entrati lab. So make sure you have 100 each time. And as it says, Archon shard fusion is permanent. This action cannot be undone. So we just type confirm. There you go. So fused it together, you now have your Tau Forged Amber Archon shard. So see, now I have 2, and there's only 2 Amber Archon shards. So definitely farm out your Archon hunts, your Netracell runs, and your, what else is it? Archon hunts, Netracell runs, and then what's being added later, which we're gonna go into everything added in the Sanctum Anatomica. So if you come down here to Deimos, right here we have Armatus, the new node that was played, that you can play, and Disruption, which is how you get the Warframe Dante. But we're gonna go straight into the Sanctum Anatomica because that has everything we need for the new update and how to get Dante. I'll see you all in there. Alright, so now we're here in the Sanctum Anatomica. So once you complete the node, you come talk to Lloyd, and you'll see there's a new button. There's the Exchange for Vodka, Trade for Vodka, Arcane Dissolution, and Research Dante. So you run the Disruption node to get Dante himself, the Warframe. So you get these new drops called Vessel Capillaries, which I believe is from the Necromechs you have to defeat. And once you defeat those Necromechs, you will get these Vessel Capillaries, which you can bring to Lloyd and trade. So we're gonna go over Dante just a bit. We're gonna go over his abilities, and that's it. So his passive, Noctua, scans targets, recording information for your codex. Status chance increased by 50% on fully scanned enemies. Alright, Lloyd. Here you go. So this is first ability, Noctua. This is what his passive is. Open Noctua, Dante's exalted tome, and unleash a tale of woe upon his enemies. So this ties in with the passive. It scans targets, recording information for you, for your codex. So if you don't, like me, don't already have all the enemies recorded in the codex, this will be a good thing for you. So then we have Light Verse. Dante's visualizing composition grants him and his allies overguard and increases their health. Then we have Dark Verse. Dante's composition draws blood from nearby enemies, inflicting slash upon them. Then we have Final Verse. Dante must compose 2 other verses for his finals triumph. 2 light verses cast in succession, allies with the buff that increases health and grants overguard. Kills and assists briefly regenerate overguard. Press R2 to cycle final verses. So yeah, so you can go either dark verse, light verse. I don't think Noctua counts. Let's compose 2 other triumph. 2 light verses. Okay. Okay. Oh, here it is. So now 2 dark verses cast in succession attack enemies. Any damage over time they have suffered accumulates in a single blast. Okay. So that means you can go 2 light verses and 2 dark verses. Or I believe this one is a light verse followed by a dark verse supports allies with copies of Noctua. Noctua copies synchronize their attacks and their designated allies' attacks. Okay. So it's double light verses, double dark verses, a light and dark. So I imagine that last one's gonna be a dark light. A dark verse followed by a light verse summons paragrims that swoop at enemies, making them vulnerable to status chance and drawing away enemy attacks away from allies. Okay, yeah. So honestly, I think honestly, Dante seems pretty cool. So of course, for those of you who want to skip the grind, with every single Warframe that comes out, they have a collection that comes out with the Warframe itself, Dante, a helmet for him. What the heck is this? Oh my god. What the heck is this? This looks strange, I'm not gonna lie. And so, of course, here comes the accessories, his shoulder plates, which honestly don't look that bad. Then we have the chest plate. Then we have the Cyandana. Ooh, I like that, the little string going on, making a little loop. And then we have his weapon, the Ruvox, and I don't think it has the other one. Albrecht Void experiments revealed the true destructive potential of this fist weapon. In incarnate form, perform heavy slams to impale enemies with spikes. Purchase weapons requires completion of the Whisper in the Walls quest to unlock its full potential. Okay. I don't know what that would. And then we have this, Noctua's Paragrim. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I guess it's just something that can... I guess it just sits in your orbiter? Okay. And so Ruvox, and then here's the Onos, that's what this is. Albrecht's Void experiments reveal the true blah 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 blah. In incarnate form, draw in ambient power to deal steadily increased damage to enemies. At full power, release a blast of heat. Purchase weapon requires completion of the Whisper in the Walls quest to unlock its full potential. And then you also get a ribbon transmuter. What is this? Combine multiple ribbons to create a new different ribbon. Okay, I don't care about ribbons. For those of you who care about ribbons, there's something for you all in here. We get 3 new Captura scenes, Dante's Retreat, The Abandoned Vessel, and Sanctum Simulacrum. Simulate Battle, Simulacrum. Okay. There's a credit cache. Alright. And they're adding a new game mode. I believe it's going to be next week, called Deep Archimedia. It's going to be a sortie-esque style mode where I forget where you can start it. I think you can start it in here, and then it'll allow you to do missions in like chains of 3, like how a sortie is, but there's no downtime in between. So you can take your Warframe that you want and the weapons you want, and then that's it. So ideally, you want to have your best loadout no matter what. Or what they can do is that they will, there's like certain, like, I think it's like the drop rate increases or something. I'll probably have it up on the screen when I'm talking about this, but hold on, I'm gonna burp. All right, there you go. So yeah, if you use like, for instance, they'll give you like designated Warframes, like say Wukong, Goss, and Varuna. It'll be like, those are 3 designated Warframes along with like designated weapons, like primaries, secondaries, and melees. If you use those, it'll raise your chance of obtaining loot. I believe, I don't know if you talked to Tagfer, because I don't know for sure. I really didn't pay attention to that because it says you need to max out your standing with this syndicate. And I was just like, yeah, no, I honestly, I don't really care. I only got up enough for the Coalescent Fusion. One thing they also added, I don't know if. Oh, okay. You know, I think you have to max out the syndicate. And I know the what is it? In order to take on the Deep Archimedia, you use up search pulses. Which I actually need to do these. We'll probably do these on stream tomorrow. My Nitrocell runs and then just farming out Dante.
Who am I gonna ask? Bird?
Probably. And I know as well from Chipper, from where you get the Archon shard. I have to see if I can find it. I know they placed it. They placed it in the Sanctum Anatomica. Oh, I still need to farm out Corvex.
Are they
I
too good?
think. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so once you get max rank, you can come over here to Bird 3 every week and get a free Archon shard. Which, to be honest, I might actually now max out the Syndicate, just because you get this free Archon shard every week. So that's not bad. All right, so here we go. I found the thing for Deep Archimedia. I pulled it up on your little orbiter. So, but I turned off my camera so you all can read it. If you want to read along, you can, or if you want to pause and then read it, I'll just start reading. The release of Deep... Okay, so this is telling us how it'll be pushed back to April 1st, as they want to make sure the experience is well tuned before it reaches you. Hey, like I said, they care better than most games nowadays. The combination will be adding one-time bonus of 5 Nitrocell search pulses with the launch of Deep Archimedia next week, which should ensure everyone who meets the requirements. Okay, yeah, once you reach rank 5 at the Kavia Syndicate, then an even greater challenge will be available to you. Deep Archimedia is a new weekly challenge made up of 3 missions that must be completed in sequence. That means, unlike during sorties, there's no returning to your orbiter, and the loadout you select has to be capable of taking on all 3 stages one after the other. Each week, sacrifice 2 Nitrocell search pulses, so instead of the 5, right? It's a one-time bonus. Okay, sacrifice 2. So how much was there usually? Good to know. There was 5 before, I swear. Because I remember having to do 5 different runs. Anyway, I'll probably remember at some point. But yeah, so sacrifice 2 Nitrocell search pulses to venture into this new mission type. You can replay the Deep Archimedia missions as much as you like without costing any additional search pulses, but you can only receive up to 6 high-quality rewards from each week. To increase the quality and quantity of rewards you receive, you must increase your research value level. Research value rises when you use items from Lloyd's suggested loadout, or applying various modifiers to your missions that add extra difficulty. Make sure to double check your gear and modifiers before embarking on these challenging missions. Good luck, Tenno. Trust us, you're going to need it. And we also got the Inaros rework, which for details, okay, I check out the patch notes, which I won't go over here. And I think that's really it. Yeah, okay. Aside from like a few quality of life changes, but other than that, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later for the stream. See ya. 'Cause I'm taking